I'm handsome, I'm fast, I'm pretty, and can't possibly be beat.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, he is. He's out.
Yes, sir.
Brett is out. Look at this. Brett is out.
He's steaming mad.
He is out.
Swung, fly ball deep left center. Grissom on the run. Yes! The Atlanta Braves have given you a championship.
Auburn going after it. Here's a good snap. It is blocked. It is blocked. It's caught on the run. It's caught on the run. He's going to score. David Wagner has scored. And Auburn is tied the game.
It's good! It's good!
It's good.
It's good!
It's good.
It's good!
Van Tippen has won the ball game.
Alabama has beaten Auburn!
I'd like for the people to remember me as being a winner, because I ain't never been nothing but a winner.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Total Chat Sports Podcast number 82 coming at you. This is Chad Gwasny. This is Coach Grizz, whatever you want to call me, throughout the show, throughout the day, throughout whatever we're going to do, whatever we're going to talk about. We got a lot going on. Bama upsetting Auburn in overtime over the weekend. We got the SEC Basketball Tournament set up. We got the Conference USA Basketball Tournament set up. We've got the Sun Belt Championship today that's going on tonight. Troy is going to sit here and play Arkansas State. So you got former Alabama assistant coach Brian Hodgson in the championship game. Winner of the regular season, ready to win the championship game. Hopefully get in that bid to get in the big tourney. In his second year as head coach for the Arkansas State Red Wolves, which should have been the Commanders. But anyway, if you want to follow us on all social medias, everywhere on the Total Chat Sports Podcast, just hit up at Coach Grizz, at Coach Grizzle on any social media platforms, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube's, Instagram, Straight Flexing, all the places. We're there. We're going to get in a little stream in because today is Monday. Tomorrow starts the Conference USA Basketball Tournament in the Rocket City, which I'm from and I'm in. And you're going to be able to see that here. I'm going to have some live updates. Hopefully we'll get some more in. This is what the tournament's looking like. This is what the bracket is looking like. Tomorrow you'll get UTEP and Sam Houston, which last year Sam Houston was number 1. UTEP upset, went through the whole thing as a number 7 seed, made it all the way to the finals. Western Kentucky is a 7 seed this year. I think was a 5 seed last year. Went through FIU, who's one of the bad teams last year for this conference, if not the worst team again for Conference USA. They're going to take on either Liberty or UTEP and Houston, whoever the winner is, will take on Liberty on Wednesday. So Liberty last year kind of fell off on their face a little bit. They were kind of mid-level too and just kind of fell off. Jack State as well. They kind of fell off a little bit. They were not as ranked as high last year, but now they were sitting at first earlier in the year in Conference USA. So we'll see what happens in that tournament. I shall be there to see these games. Going to have some later games, which is nice too. So throughout the week, so be able to get a lot of stuff done in throughout the day, and then be able to go over to the game at 5:30. So I'm going to pick up my credential here in a little bit today as I go walk the dog and the lady bird, and then we'll figure out. I'll be at pretty much all these games. You'll have the semifinals between whoever the winners are on CBS Sports Network on 11:30, and then you'll have 2:00. You'll have the other semifinal game. Then the championship game will be at 7:30 on Saturday, which will be a lot of fun, which I should be attending as well. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of there's a place called Mars Music Hall down the hall if you ever come and visit. Great tourist site. I'm pretty sure there's going to be like some concerts. I know there was last year, so don't hold me to that. So we'll see what happens. I'll figure it out when I get down there. And we'll update you more. And we'll have some updates throughout social media. So hit us up on Twitter as well. So you know where the Twitter is. You know the Twitter is. So there we are going live. You know where to hit us up at Gwasny Chad. Hit us up on the tweets. See us there. You'll find us. We are in, by the way, a really sticky position. If we do end up playing a little bit of 7 Days to Die at the end of this, we're in the blood moon. So you might see me actually get absolutely wrecked right here. The base is looking pretty thick. I've got a lot of walls and a lot of traps. But that we'll see what happens. I don't know if I have enough ammo. I might die. So we'll see what happens. It's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long day and a long night. But we're off all this week. Very excited about that. Never really had a break like this in a while, so it's nice. Don't know what to do with myself. May end up going somewhere tomorrow. We'll see. Since the games are later in the day, and so I can come back and maybe watch them there. So we'll see. But really excited about that. What up, Maine? My connection sucks. Swinging over to YouTube. Yeah, you probably should. I probably should just never, like, I mean, I shouldn't because Twitch is nice too, but because I can clip and everything. But I mean, I feel like my YouTube's always pretty good. And I don't know what's going on. I was kind of like lagging a little bit. I was making sure I wasn't kind of playing around, messing with something because I'm on like a bunch of stuff. Because we were talking about the tournaments. First we go. We already talked about this. Alabama upsetting Auburn at Auburn. Mark Sears with the floater at the end and in overtime to win the game. Janai Broom got his. He got 34. Chad Baker-Mazara hit an elbow. Don't call him a dirty player. I think he's a guy that gets under your skin, but I don't think he's a dirty player. Really bad looking elbow there to get to grit. Chris Arnblood already got hit twice in that game. So really consistent around the board. Grant Nelson went off, even though he's been playing hurt. Mark Sears was calm, even though he had scored 30 in the last game and lost. It was a really game throughout. Really bad senior night from both teams. Say what you want about Alabama, they still pulled 94. Auburn did the same thing against Alabama on their senior night. Poor performance, but yet lost by 2 to Alabama in an upset win for Alabama over Auburn, which easily anyone could have said any of these 3 teams, Auburn, Alabama, maybe Florida, would be running for a lot of the hardware in the SEC and especially in the big tournament. So we shall see what's going on throughout because we've already got the SEC tournament set up. So that was the Sun Belt. We got the SEC, South Carolina, Arkansas to open up, Texas, Vanderbilt. My prediction would be Arkansas beats South Carolina, but South Carolina can be tricky. Texas is going to beat Vandy. I think that's I think this should be ranked differently. But it's based on record. Mississippi State, LSU, Mississippi State will move on. Oklahoma, Georgia. That's a crapshoot. I really think Georgia will win that game. Could upset Kentucky too and play Alabama. So watch out for that game. Mississippi State has a really good chance to upset Missouri and play Florida. Texas and Texas A&M. I think Texas A&M will beat Texas and play Tennessee. Ole Miss will play Arkansas, and give me Ole Miss to upset Arkansas and play Auburn. Then Auburn would beat Ole Miss. Texas A&M would beat Tennessee, and I want a rematch of Auburn and Texas A&M. And then Alabama would play Georgia if I said that they would beat Kentucky. So Alabama would beat Georgia, and a rematch with Florida. Florida played Auburn for the SEC championship game. And I think maybe Florida ends up winning the SEC championship game. Let's see. We shall see. We got the tournament that I was talking about here. I have no clue. To be honest with you, the way they have it set up now, the addition of Kennesaw State, it's going to be a little crazy. Liberty's better. Jacksonville State's better, allegedly. Middle Tennessee and Western Kentucky are going to have huge fan bases here. This is the tournament I'm going to be at, so I'm going to have to give my prediction on this. So I think this year, because they're so alike, even though it was a big upset last year. And I don't know if UTEP lost a lot. But give me UTEP again to play Liberty on Wednesday. Western Kentucky's going to beat Florida International and play Jacksonville State. Now it's to say, will Jacksonville State beat Western Kentucky? Because I feel like there's going to be way more Western Kentucky fans than there will be Jacksonville State fans, even though it's in-state. Liberty, there could be a good bit of fans. Kennesaw State will be a small amount. Middle Tennessee will have a huge fan base, but they don't play till Thursday, so you won't see them till probably Thursday. They'll be there, the Wednesday night probably to watch, whoever the winner of that is would play, whoever the winner of Middle Tennessee and Louisiana Tech, which I think Middle Tennessee will end up playing. Let's say because I really want Western Kentucky to keep winning. I'm a big homer. I love the red. I'm just wearing red today. Even Jack State is red. So Jack State beats Western Kentucky, plays Middle Tennessee. So it'll be 2 high seeds. I think Kennesaw State, the new addition, beats New Mexico State. They weren't very good last year. They play Liberty. I feel like that this is going to be a little bit different. I feel like the way that this bracket is set up compared to last year and how the teams are a little bit better, a little top heavier now than they were before. I don't think you're going to see like Western Kentucky make a run like they did last year or UTEP make a run like they did last year. But who knows? It's March Madness. It's whoever wins this tournament obviously gets a bid in the big tournament. The other one's going to go, the loser is going to go to the NIT possibly. If not, they're not going anywhere. So it's going to be fun. And then we broke down the Sun Belt Conference because everyone likes this bracket, even though this bracket's been around since 2019, probably even before that. You got Arkansas State versus Troy. We almost had an in-state Sun Belt Conference championship between South Alabama and Troy. That would have been absolutely ridiculous. No, but they couldn't let that happen. And this ridiculous tournament that took from last Tuesday to now Monday will be finally over today. So it's ridiculous that it took a whole week to do that tournament. Let's see here. What up, son? How you doing, buddy? Welcome, Head of Steel. Let's see here. We had a bunch of crazy NFL reactions too. Josh Allen gets $330 million. That's ridiculous. 6 years. Through the 2030 season, including a $250 million guaranteed. DK Metcalf to the Steelers. Devontae Adams to the Rams. What is going on? Is your favorite player Aaron Rodgers going to the Rams or the Steelers? Who do you think he's going to? Bills quarterback Josh Allen is getting an NFL record $250 million in guaranteed money as part of the new 6-year, $330 million deal. Most guaranteed money. QB Josh Allen, $250 million. Second, Deshaun Watson, $230 million. Dak Prescott, $229.4 million. And then Joe Burrow, $219 million. All great quarterbacks, except for Dak Prescott, right? And Deshaun Watson, I guess, right? The two players that are just absolute garbage with the money that they're spending, the money that they're putting towards these players. I mean, Joe Burrow has been to the ship and lost. His defense isn't helping him. Yeah, he needs to go off to like Bora Bora or something and just go hang out and just, retire and enjoy the money. It's really getting annoying, honestly, because this is where I keep telling everybody all the time where, like Colin Cowherd's not always right, but he was definitely right on the personality and just like how Aaron Rodgers kind of carries himself. And I feel like Aaron Rodgers is like the typical diva quarterback where it's like, you really have to like see it his way, or like there's no other way around it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that he rubs off on some people that, it's like he has his clique, so he has his buddies. So like Devontae Adams, for instance, they still went off last year as a Jets quarterback and a duo. And it's like, he still can play. He's a great quarterback. But to sit here and just listen to him argue with people, have his little antics, do whatever he wants to do, is just really annoying. It's kind of like the whole situation with LeBron James and Stephen A. Like, I don't really give a crap about that. I just really just wish that, like, I used to enjoy LeBron James playing basketball, doing his thing, coming through the league, and just, like, being that guy to kind of root for. Now it's like he's turned into the villain because he argues with the media. It's kind of like Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant kind of just shut up now. I haven't seen him say anything in a while about anything, really just to sit here and get in the news now. Now, granted, their team's not very good, and LeBron James is playing with one of the other best talented players, young players in the league right now, and still playing really good at the age that he's at. Don't get me wrong. But it's just like sitting here over and over again listening to about how Aaron Rodgers is so great when it's like he's the greatest in the regular season. He falters in the playoffs. He always seems to not really be this great player when it's in crunch time. It's kind of like Josh Allen. You're going to give this dude a whole lot of money for what? We're going to sit here and talk about the same crap we talked about with your boy, Tom Brady, for friggin' so many years. Why do we give Ben Roethlisberger? Why do we give Matt Ryan? Why do we give Eli Manning? Why do we give all these quarterbacks a crap load of money when Tom Brady is winning championships every year and he's taking pay cuts? And it's like LeBron James. It's like Michael Jordan. Why is this person winning championships every single year and not getting paid the most money out of everybody in the league? It's on like a loop. It's on a loop every year when somebody else is the best. Patrick Mahomes is the best. Jalen Hurts won a Super Bowl. Okay? But he is not Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback right now. Josh Allen is what? The second best quarterback statistically? Or do we think just because he's Josh Allen and he's getting paid this much money, he's the second best quarterback in the league? Does this mean that we need to restructure everything and give more money to Jalen Hurts or give money to someone else? Because Joe Burrow's getting paid $219 million guaranteed? I mean, are we going to give all these other young quarterbacks that are just because they're in really bad divisions? Now we need to give Bo Nix a lot of money. Bo Nix needs some guaranteed money. Bo Nix went off. What about Justin Herbert? I thought Justin Herbert was the second best quarterback in that division. No, all of a sudden now Bo Nix is out of nowhere. And then who in the hell are the Raiders going to get? Or who in the hell are they going to play out there? If they get somehow a generational quarterback, because they're going to get maybe Shadur Sanders, because Shadur Sanders or Cam Ward or somebody like that's going to be really, really good, right? Mm-hmm. Sure, I'll eat my words, but I still think they're not going to be very good. But it's honestly crazy. You're going to pay this much money to someone. Allen has accounted for 260 touchdowns in his career via passing or rushing, the most in the player's 7 seasons in NFL history, and 29 more than the closest player, Patrick Mahomes. So we're just paying him based off of his regular season statistics of being a quarterback. That's Josh Allen. That's from ESPN. So, how do we feel? How do we feel about some of these trades? Does this make any of these teams better? I honestly think that, like, the Rams, why can't you just keep Matt Stafford? Why do you have to go for an Aaron Rodgers? Like the Steelers, why can't you go for Russell Wilson? Why can't you just keep that? Why can't you just why do you have to go for Aaron Rodgers depending on who it is? I don't understand it. The only people that are smart are apparently the Eagles, because apparently they can just restructure contracts and do everything they can do to kind of keep people. Saquon Barkley, 2 years, like $40 million. And it's just like, how? Let's see here. Apparently, Myles Garrett just does not care about his career. Apparently, he just wants to play for the worst organization other than the Atlanta Falcons, apparently. I mean, other than the Cowboys. What's worse? Is it the Browns or the Cowboys? I mean, who do we think is honestly worse? Or is the Panthers? Is it the Panthers, the Browns, or the Cowboys? When it comes to, like, we'll figure it out eventually, and no, we won't ever. Because we just keep giving people money. And I felt like a lot of teams dropped the ball here. But Myles Garrett got paid. You know what I mean? Got a contract extension, $40 million per year, $123.5 million in guaranteed money. A 4-year, runs through the 2030 season. 2030 season. It's crazy that we're in 2025 already. And we do On This Day in History, and we do things years and years away. Aaron Jones got a 2-year, $20 million deal, and Aaron Jones was like one of the hottest things coming at the running back position. And Saquon Barkley got double what he got in 2 years. Out of one season with the Eagles. And somehow the Eagles are able to do this. It's still allow the Eagles to do these types of things. Don't exhale at me over there, Ladybird. We see you. We can see you, Ladybird. We know that you're not taking it. You're not having it. Let's see here. Yeah. Well, it's like with the Falcons. You know what I mean? You get Freeney. You get an older veteran pass rusher because you can't apparently draft a pass rusher to save your life. You tried OCU Manura the year before, or years before that, and it didn't work. But you get a guy with a young guy on the other side that's like, okay, looking pretty good. You've already got this stellar offense, which in itself was Kyle Shanahan's, obviously. You also had Matt LaFleur. All right? So there was a lot of good. You had Raheem Morris doing both sides of the ball throughout that entire time that he was with the Falcons before. The team was really good. But you lose to, once again, it's kind of like it's the year when, well, both years, I guess you could say, when the 49ers played the Chiefs. You got this really talented, good-ass team, and they lose to a really, really, really good Chiefs team. And it's Patrick Mahomes. And it's like, you're going up against one year, you get the Patriots playing a really good Rams team, and it's like a mostly defensive game. You've got the Falcons who lose in the biggest comeback ever against Tom Brady, and then that's one of the biggest games ever again in a Super Bowl. Then you have the Eagles beat Tom Brady in a Super Bowl. Then you have Tom Brady win a Super Bowl after that. It's just it's crazy how we get in these ridiculous loops of really talented players that get on these teams, these really good franchises with the best coaches, the best players, all this stuff, and win these championships. But you get like these franchises that come out of nowhere and make a run and just lose because it's just, they don't want this team to win. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Like the Cowboys, they just piss everybody off all the time. They don't want them to win. Jerry Jones just makes everyone mad. They don't want to see him win. They don't want to see the type of parade he'll throw and the kind of shit he'll talk until he passes, because he'll just sit there and just be like, this is what I did. This is me. Look at me. They're like, Arthur Blank's too nice of a guy. It's like, we have to keep crapping on him. It's like LA was like, we basically had to give them a team to win. Tampa Bay, we had to basically give them a team to win. They already had one of the best defenses already, and they won adding Leonard Fournette. And then it's like with the Rams, they already had one of the best defensive players and had one of the best defenses ever. And all they did was add an aging quarterback who played on a crappy team forever but put up ridiculous numbers, gave him some weapons, already had some weapons, and then won a championship. Same thing with Tampa Bay. Already had, that's the thing. What happens if, like, a really good quarterback, if you didn't have Matt Ryan, comes over to the Atlanta Falcons with the team that Matt Ryan had and doesn't have the mistakes Matt Ryan had, blah, 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 probably wins that Super Bowl. Already should have won that Super Bowl. Had one of the best years ever as a quarterback, but didn't even win. This is the thing. Won the MVP. The year after that, had one of the best seasons ever, better than his MVP season. How does that happen? The team was bad, or he was making bad decisions late down the stretch. There's all these types of quarterbacks that sit here and make these teams better. And they were already better. They just needed a quarterback. They already had weapons on offense. They added a couple of key pieces in the draft. Their defense was already high ranked. They made really good decisions, got a really good quarterback, and then ended up winning a championship, whether it took a year or two. Everyone wants to talk about how good Jared Goff is. Detroit's not going to win with Jared Goff. I'm going to tell you that right now. They might be better off if they ask Matt Stafford to come back to Detroit. That would be great with the head coach. Reunite him again back with Detroit. Have a better defense and a better winning culture right there instead of having Matt Stafford do everything. Which, again, LA threw all their chips in by not having a solid draft for the next few years by putting into that one championship, which in itself, for that franchise, great. But it's like some of these other ones that have been here forever, like the Eagles. One of the longest franchises not won a championship. Wins 2 in the last 6 years. 7 years. There's a lot of wondering, how much better do you have to make it for one of these teams to sit here and win? Not calling it rigged. You can bet on WWE wrestling nowadays. Okay, I sat there and talked about with one of my friends recently. Not saying it's rigged, not saying that it's set up, not saying that it's really a TV show. You know what I mean? Where the best players have to have this and have to win and have to be in the spotlight, and it's basically, who America likes. So if Matt Ryan starts winning championships, we can't like him. If Josh Allen starts winning championships, we can't like him. We can't like the Bills and their culture. We don't like them breaking tables before games. All right, we don't like them causing mischief before games. We want the nice, clean-shaven teams. We want the underdogs. We want the teams that we can pull for from the hard cities, from the cities that never have anything. Atlanta's one of those. Now, granted, the people in Atlanta don't care about the team. The rest of the state does. But there's people that care. There's people that want to win. But downing really good franchises. We're making it so much worse. Let's see here. Do we want to talk about spring training? Chris Sale's on the mound for the Braves. I didn't even talk about Jackson Profar rolling his wrist. That's fun. You know what that means? Means a lot of Eli White, baby. We're going to get a lot of Eli White. We're going to get a lot of action in spring training. I didn't even watch the Roma game yesterday. I tried to get my friend to sit here and show me the game. And I was not able to watch. It's the only time that you'll hear me talk about soccer. Hey, it's Roma, baby. Oh, yeah, and HCFC, of course. Which they got a dub. 4-1. Yeah, wild. To already start the season like that for them. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Because throughout the rest of the rotation, you've got nothing but young dudes, and you don't know how these young dudes are going to do. And you don't know how much Reynaldo Lopez is going to replicate. And I think that's what they're throwing a lot of their chips in, is they're trying to really, once again, like, go cheap, but it's like go young and see what the rotation will do with Smith-Shawver, with Dodd, they'll do like a lot of they're hoping that, obviously Spencer Strider, Chris Sale, Ronaldo Lopez. They still have Ian Anderson. So it's going to be Bryce Elder's still out there as well. They're like, and as much as people want to crap on some of these young pitchers, like Ian Anderson, the control's got to get there. But he still had a pretty good outing last time that he pitched. Yeah, I think they're banking on a lot of their young arms. What is that dude? That one dude committee? They got that one kid, that one young guy that they're going to have coming out through the rotation, too, eventually. They have J.R. Ritchie, too, in the young farm league. So he got hurt last year, so it's going to be kind of, for them, like, we're going to see. Yeah, Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull, baby. Dude, Ian Anderson comeback season. People are crapping on this dude. Nah. We'll see. I mean, when you got... My thing is, like, it's like the years past. The Braves have always have depended on young pitching. Schwallenbach, Smith-Shawver, Bryce Elder, Strider, Ian Anderson. You know what I mean? They're hoping that Grant Holmes will be pretty good for him, too. But it's going to be one of those ones where... What can they get? It's like, it's the new age pitching. What are you going to get out of your bullpen? You know what I mean? Like, what are you honestly going to get out of your bullpen? And you got a bunch of young dudes, too, there. You got a lot of guys that you're just hoping that will just get through the damn inning. Which they were putting Schwallenbach in as reliever. And I have a feeling they're going to do the same thing. They're going to have a long rotation when they have that. That's why you'll see probably a lot of different guys getting a chance to go out there and start. Ian Anderson, that's the thing. They've kept him for the last 2 years, and he's been just getting better. He's been hurt. He's been set back. So We'll see. I feel like that there's a good chance that if the rotation holds up, and hopefully the roster holds up as well, bearing any injuries, that'll be the problem for sure. Trying to find something real quick. I was trying to remember somebody to compare what Ian Anderson. Let me see if I can find him. The problem that I can't remember is pretty bad. Let me see here. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Crazy that key. I forgot about. Where is he? I know he's on here. Oh man, Kenley Jackson. Remember that? Let's see. Where is he? The reason they have Nicky Lopez in as a pitcher audio, he's slightly better. Well, who was that? He's slightly better than Reynaldo Lopez. That's hilarious. I don't know how that's possible. Man, I miss Sean Newcomb. I'm trying to remember. There was a player that got hurt a few years ago. Mike Soroka. How could I forget Mike Soroka? Mike Soroka gets hurt, gets set back, give him another chance, comes out, pitches stellar, pitches, the remainder of the season, gets traded, lets him go, whatever. So, we'll see what happens. I think that they're not going to really sign anybody right now because they have a lot of money tied into Big Bear. They have so much money tied into the offense that it's like you're going to try to find depth. Jesse Chavez will come back probably. Don't get me wrong, they never should have got rid of Max Fried, but I miss him. But it was for the good. They're trying to see what the young pitching will have. So I'm excited for opening day. I'm excited for Trash Panda's opening day. Ready for opening day of HCFC, even though they've already got a 4-1 win over Chicago. That's going to be a lot of fun to see them as well. Got to watch some soccer, actually, over the past weekend. My high school beat our rival. Anytime we can do that, that's a good thing. Auburn plays UT Martin tomorrow at Toyota, of course. Trying to see if I'm going to get tickets to opening day to see if that's a day that I can actually go. Let's see here. Friday, April 4th. So we're hoping that maybe we can go. We're going to see if we can go maybe the 4th, 5th, or the 6th. We don't know yet. Because I think I have to work. I think I have to work the following Friday. But I might have to work that Friday, the opening night Friday. I'm not sure yet. I can't remember. So we'll see. But we're going to definitely try to go. Because there's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks, basically, of opening day. You got the 3-game set against Chicago, against Chattanooga. And then you got the 6-game set against Knoxville at home. And then they go to at Montgomery. So, should be a lot of fun doing that. Let's see here. All right, let's get on to On This Day in History, and then we're going to play some video games. Let's see here. If I remember how to do it right. All right. Now it's time for On This Day in History in 241 BC. Of course, you go to onthisday.com. We always hit this up. I also watch History Marsh, Kings and Generals, some great stuff on YouTube as well. So like and subscribe to them as well, because I like to support them, because I sit there and watch this constantly. It's like when I watch First Take or I watch anything on ESPN to try to recap something throughout the day. It's like I sit there and we'll just watch a little bit of history throughout some of the day as well, because it's just fun little facts to kind of know and kind of read up on. And then you go down this rabbit hole on YouTube where it's just like all these different videos of movies and everything else that's tied into some of these historical events that happen. So it's kind of fun. It's kind of cool when you see it too on here. You're like, oh yeah, I read about that, or I saw that on History March, or I saw that on a movie. As long as they can at least be somewhat good about the historical facts, somewhat good, like just have the scenery right and have the costumes right and have do it right. Don't go crazy. I hate some of these special effects, really bad historical movies like Gladiator 2. We didn't need that. Nobody asked for that movie at all. Go back to some like really good historical movies that we used to have. We don't need sequels to already really good movies. 241 BC, Battle of what does that say? Is that Ajates Islands? Romans sink the Carthaginian fleet, ending the First Punic War. And then there was a Second Punic War. Then there was a Third Punic War. And then they were just like, hey, can we just stop now? It's like, nah. Rome's like, nah, we're good, bro. We're gonna have to put you down. Like, stop. Remember Hannibal and them elephants? He went over the Alps and caught the Romans napping, and he punched them in the ass. I think he said that. I don't remember. Mr. T. That was my Mr. T impression. Did you like that? That was pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a round of applause worthy right there. That's comedy worthy right there. That was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Don't be jealous because you can't do that. I pity the fool. You can't do that. You can't do it as good as me. In 418, Jews are excluded from public office in the Roman Empire. In 1198, the Giralda Minaret, designed by architect Ben Ahmad, and the Alamad Mosque in Seville is completed. Now the bell tower for Seville's cathedral. In 1535, Spanish Bishop Panama Tomás de Berlanga discovers the uninhabited Galapagos Islands after his ship drifts off course. Dutch rebellion in 1578, Queen Elizabeth I. That was pretty good, wasn't it? In 1578, Queen Elizabeth I of England gives Johann Casimir 20,000 euros to add Dutch rebellion. I don't know what that is. Is that francs? Is that pounds? 20,000 pounds to add Dutch rebellion. In 1624, England declares war on Spain. In 1629, Charles I dissolves the parliament. English King Charles I dissolves the parliament for the fourth time in his reign, summons new parliament 11 years later, only to be dissolved after 3 months. What is this? Louis the 14th, personal rule in 1661, begins his personal rule of France after the death of Chief Minister Cardinal Mazarin. In 1697, Tsar Peter the Great of Russia begins a tour of Western Europe. In 1734, Spanish army under Don Carlos III draws into Naples. In 1735, an agreement between Nadir Shah and Paul I of Russia is signed near Ganja, and Russian troops are withdrawn from Baku. Voltaire's struggle for religious tolerance in 1762, French Huguenots Jean Calais, who was wrongly convicted of killing his son, dies after being tortured by authorities. The event inspires Voltaire to begin campaigning to religious tolerance and legal reform. In 1783, USS Alliance under Captain Barry fights and wins its first naval battle of the American Revolutionary War off Cape Canaveral. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. That's pretty sweet. In 1791, John Stone of Concord, Massachusetts, patents a pile driver. All right. And is that like the pile driver, like the wrestling move in 1791? That was when it was invented? Do you think that's what he meant? What is a pile driver? In 1791, Pope condemns France's civil constitution of the clergy. In 1801, first official census in Great Britain revealing a population of approximately 10 million. In 1820, Karol Krupinski's opera Kalamora and the Paternal Right of the Americans premieres in the Warsaw Opera. In 1830, the KNIL, also known as the Royal Netherlands East Indies Army is created. In 1831, the French Foreign Legion is established by King Louis Philippe to support his war in Algeria. In 1847, first money minted in Hawaii. And that's actually what Sigma knew. They like named their fraternity, like they used the same French Foreign Legion type pendant. American Lincoln's Abraham Lincoln's patent in 1849 applies for a patent only U.S. president to do so for a device to lift a boat over shoals and obstructions. All right, thank you, Abraham Lincoln, for making a dolly. 1861, West African political leader El Hajj Umar Tall seizes the city of Sego, destroying the Bambara Empire of Mali. In 1862, Great Britain and France recognized independence of Zanzibar. In 1862, U.S. issues first paper money in form of 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 500, and $1,000 notes. In 1864, Red River Campaign began in Louisiana by Union forces. In 1865, Battle of Monroe's Crossroads in North Carolina. In 1874, Purdue University, Indiana, admits its first students. Alexander Graham Bell in 1876, first telephone call, says, "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you," to his assistant, Thomas Watson. In 1880, that was pretty cool, to be able to call somebody for like 5 minutes, 2 minutes, and just hang up. That's all you could say. It's like flash. It was like gunpowder went off and it went off. It like stopped. It wasn't just a couple of cans with a string, like Steele and I like to talk to. 1888. First performance of Caesar Frank's symphonic poem for chorus and orchestra. Psych. 1888, heavyweight boxing champ John L. Sullivan draws Charlie Mitchell in 30 rounds. They were bar knuckle brawling, probably too. I can't even talk. 1891, Almon Brown Stoger, an undertaker in Topeka, Kansas, patents the Stroger switch, a device which led to the automation of telephone circuit switching. That's pretty dope. Are you whining over there? Come here. Are you whining? Because you want to go outside? We're going to go out in a little bit. But everyone's watching the stream. And there's not a stream without Ladybird. Look, there's not a stream without silly Ladybird. Everyone wants to see Ladybird. That's the whole point. What are you doing? Are you trying to say hello? Come here. Come say hello to everyone. Ow. Ow. Hello. Everyone has to say hello to the bird. Hello, bird. Someone wants to go outside, even though she already went outside earlier. Ow! Your claws. Good dog. Saying hurry up. Yeah. We're trying. You're making it worse. You're making it worse because of the dog. Alright. Gotta get down now. Go lay down. Go lay down. Thank you. Thank you for helping. You're always helping. She's always helping. The bird is always helping everyone. And that's on this day.com. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, we're going a little bit quicker now. Ivory Coast becomes a French colony. Côte d'Ivoire in 1893. Stanley Cup, Montreal Arena, Westmount, Quebec. Montreal Shamrocks outclass Halifax Crescents 11-0 to sweep Challenge Series 2-0. 1900 Battle of Driefontein in South Africa. British offensive against the Boers, who were forced to withdraw. Let's see here. It's kind of crazy when the invention of like sports happen, or like you have the Stanley Cup happening around the same time as these like random wars. But then you have random wars even now between nations, whether it's justified or not, or whether someone attacks someone or someone believes in something. Like it's just kind of crazy. You're just kind of like, oh man, how could they do that back in the day? Then you go, oh wait, we kind of have that even still now. 1910, Republic of China officially abolishes slavery. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Pittsburgh Courier in 1910 begins publishing also. British Army in 1915 captures Neuve Chapelle in Belgium. Let's see. Malone scores 6 in 1920. NHL's Quebec Bulldog Joe Malone scores 6 goals versus the Ottawa Senators. Let's see here. Bavaria lifts Hitler ban in 1927 of his speeches. Let's see. Albania mobilizes due to threats of the Kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes in 1927. Hello, phone. Let's see here. King of Swing in 1937. Benny Goodman officially crowned the King of Swing at the New York City's Paramount Theater as his band plays before exuberant sellout crowd filled with teenagers unable to attend nightclub performances. Kids dance in the aisles. Jezebel in 1938. William Wyler, Betty Davis, and Henry Fonda. We keep showing more Betty Davis than the damn Betty Davis eyes. She's got Betty Davis eyes. 1939, 17 villages damaged by hailstones in Hyderabad, India. First U.S. opera telecast, W2XBS in New York City, Ruggero Leon Vaquelos. Pagliacci in 1940. I think that's what it is. In 1941, Lee McPhail. Dodger GM predicts all players will wear batting helmets. Wow, that's pretty cool. In 1944, US 575 sinks British corvette HMS Asphodel in the Atlantic Ocean, killing 92 of the 97 men on board. Firebombing in Tokyo, 1945. Deadliest air raid of World War II sets Tokyo on fire after nighttime B-29 bombings. More than 100,000 people die, mostly civilians. That's awful. Kesselring suggests Rudestand. 1945, Field Marshal Albert Kesselring succeeds Gerd von Rundstedt as the commander of the German Army Command of the West. Third Army and First Army make contact. 1945, George S. Patton's Third U.S. Army makes contact with George Courtney Hodges' First U.S. Army. 1945, Germany blows up Wessel Bridge on the Rhine. 1945, Japan grants occupied Vietnam independence. 1945, U.S. troops land in western Mindanao, Philippines in Operation Victor IV. 1946, train derails, kills 185 in Aracaju, northeast Brazil. First civilian to exceed speed of sound, Herb H. Hoover, Edwards Air Force Base in California. 1957, FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover declines post to baseball commissioner. Cuban coup d'etat. In 1957, military coup led by General Fulgencio Batista in Cuba. Let's see. Thousands of soccer fans riot in Italy in 1957. Don't know what for. Probably for a Roma game. They probably sucked again and then got second when they should have gotten first. Or they got third when they should have gotten first. And they just fell on their face like they normally do. And they're usually like 6th, 1 through 6. Suck. Don't ever win it. Go off. Play the Champions League. Lose 2. Let's see here. This is when he scored 70 in a defeat to Syracuse Nationals at Ogadagu War Memorial. Let's see. 1969, James Earl Ray pleads guilty to the murder of Martin Luther King Jr. Barbra Streisand records a singer in I Can Do It in 1970. First Black U.S. political convention opens in Gary, Indiana, 1972. Morocco adopts a constitution in 1973. Stand By Me in 1975. John Lennon releases Stand By Me, a cover of Ben E. King's song from 1961. The Incredible Hulk in 1978. 1978, starring Bill Bixby as David Banner, premieres on CBS. Rings of Uranus in 1977, during inoculation of SAO. Let's see here. Betty Davis Eyes, 1981, single released by Kim Carnes. Billboard Song of the Year in 1981. We're sitting here talking about Betty Davis. And look at that. Today is the Betty Davis Eyes single release. Terrible. It's awful. Awful. We're not going to sing it. We're not going to sing it. Event of interest, 1982, U.S. President Ronald Reagan proclaims economic sanctions against Libya. Baseball Hall of Fame, 1983, former Brooklyn and Los Angeles Dodgers manager Walter Alston is elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1983. Let's see here. 1985, Dallas Maverick coach Dick Moda is the fourth NBA coach to win 700 games. Baseball Hall of Fame, Ernie Lombardi, NL MVP in 1938, and Bobby Doerr elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1986. Let's see here. 1988, avalanche at Swiss Ski Resort. Foster's nearly kills Prince Charles. Mike Bossy Night, to celebrate Mike Bossy Night in 1988. New U.S. performs nuclear test site in 1990, a Nevada test site. Music concert, 1991. Rock for the Rainforest benefit concert held at Carnegie Hall in New York City. Performers include Sting, Elton John, Gilberto Gil, Antonio Carlos Jobim, and Caetano Veloso. Let's see. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, created by Joss Whedon and starring Sarah Michelle Gellar, premieres on WB Television Network in 1997. Let's see here. I don't know what that is. 2008 23rd Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees: Leonard Cohen, The Dave Clark Five, Madonna, John Mellencamp, The Ventures, Little Walter, Kenny Gable, and Leon Huff in 2008. Billy Corgan testifies in front of Congress on behalf of the Music First Coalition in support of H.R. 848, the Performance Rights Act in 2009. Let's see. I don't even know what that is. The Loris Awards, 2010 Loris Awards in Emirates Palace, Abu Dhabi. That's some support than that. I don't know what that is. 2014 German Chancellor Angela Merkel warns Russia's Vladimir Putin that making Crimea part of Russia is now illegal in violation of Ukraine's constitution. See You Again in 2015. That was in 2015, released by Wiz Khalifa, featuring Charlie Puth, commissioned by Film Furious 7 as a tribute to Paul Walker. Billboard Song of the Year in 2015. 2015, that was 10 years ago. Let's see here. 2020 New York Governor Andrew Cuomo deploys the National Guard to New Rochelle after 1 mile radius zone established as 108 cases of COVID-19 detected. Event of interest 2020, Russian lower house of parliament passes legislation to allow Vladimir Putin to hold office of president for life. COVID-19, 3 months into the COVID-19 epidemic. Chinese President Xi Jinping finally travels to Wuhan, an epicenter of the outbreak. The rate of daily new infections declines in China and falls to nearly 19 new cases and 17 deaths. Oppenheimer 2024, best film. I think we're good. Look at some birthdays real quick. Ferdinand II of Aragon. In 1452, he died in 1516, King of Naples. Born in Sada Palace. Let's see here. Japanese samurai who assassinated Daimyo Oda Nobunaga. Born in Tara Castle, Mino Province in Japan. That was in 1528. He died in 1582. I don't know who that is. Kate Shepherd. You know her. New England suffragette and most prominent member of New Zealand's women's suffrage movement. Born in Liverpool, England in 1847. She died in 1934. I don't know who that person is. Hans Luther, German politician and German chancellor, 1925-1926. Born in Berlin, German Empire in 1885. And then he died in 1962. Arthur Honegger, Swiss composer, born in Le Havre, France. James Earl Ray was born in 1928. He died in 1998. American assassin of Martin Luther King, born in Alton, Illinois. Sepp Blatter, 89th birthday. He was born in 1936. Swiss sports administrator, president FIFA. FIFA's, later banned for corruption. Yeah, he's a piece of crap. I remember this guy. Oh, yeah. No wonder. It's still pretty bad. Chuck Norris, 85 in 1940, American martial arts actor, missing in action, born in Ryan, Oklahoma. Don't you mean Walker, Texas Ranger? That's what it should say. American martial arts actor, Walker, Texas Ranger. That's what it should say. Cordero Walker. All right? Let's see here. Kim Campbell, 1947, Canada's first female prime minister and 19th overall. 1993, born in Port Alberni in British Columbia. Osama bin Laden was born today in 1957. He died in 2011. Islamic militant and founder of Al-Qaeda. And born in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Sharon Stone was also born in 1958. 67th birthday, American actress. Basic Instinct, Silver and Casino. Casino was great. Born in Meadville, Pennsylvania. You had to hate Sharon Stone in Casino, like for real, like straight up. She was a great actress or actor or whatever you want to call him nowadays in that movie. Prince Edward's 61st birthday in 1964, Prince of Britain and son of Elizabeth II, born in Buckingham Palace, London. John Hamm, 54th birthday, 1971, American actor, Mad Men, Don Draper, born in St. Louis, Missouri. Carrie Underwood, 42nd birthday, 1983, American Grammy Award-winning country music singer, Cowboy Casanova, born in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Olivia Wade, 1984, and 44th birthday. An actress and filmmaker, House, Booksmart, born in New York City. Emily Osment, 1992, she's 33 today, American actress, Hannah Montana, and singer Spy Kids. Born in Los Angeles, California. Bad Bunny, his birthday's today, he's 31, 1994. Let's see here. Zach Levine, 1995. He was born today. Chicago Bulls player. I forgot he's on right now. Ren Washington. Justin Herbert. We just talked about him. American NFL player. He was born today in Eugene, Oregon. I don't know who this Belinda Binchik from Swiss is. I don't know who that is. But that's all the birthdays for today. So enjoy on this day in history. All right. Thank you so much for watching the Total Chad Sports Podcast. That was a good hour-long recap of everything that was going on this past weekend that's going on this week. Like I said, hit us up on any social medias, on any of the platforms. We're going to be updating the Conference USA Basketball Tournament. Going to go get my credential here in a little bit, so please check out anything on the Twitter and the YouTubes. We'll post some videos there, and then you can see everything that we're going throughout the week. So thank you so much for enjoying. I'm going to go play some 7 Days to Die. I'm probably going to record it and then just have it on later, and so you can just watch it later if you'd like, because it's the blood moon, and the dog is whining, so I need to go handle her because she probably wants to go outside, and she's just being a big baby, and we've done enough talk today, so we're going to get through it. So we're going to do more throughout the week. We're off this whole week, so I'm enjoying this spring break as well. So you're going to see me throughout. I appreciate everybody being here. I had to steal everybody that was here. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good rest of your day. I'm out. Peace.